morning, everybody. It's Norma here, welcoming you to your Wednesday morning Slow Flow. It is Wednesday, July 21st for those that are joining live. We're just about 3 minutes out here this morning, so if you've arrived, welcome. If you're joining and doing this at a later time, welcome as well. We're going to be doing an all levels class today, and there is no need for any props, but if you like to have a strap or blocks handy, always a good thing to have that available to maybe lengthen your arms or give you a little bit more support through the postures. So go ahead and get settled on your mat. We're going to be starting in Shavasana this morning, so I will meet you there in a few minutes. We have Ginger here with us today, and she was just messing with the camera a little bit, so I'm just gonna make sure you can still see me. Okay, Ginger, I like it there. Alrighty. It is 7:30 now, so we are going to get started. So finding a comfortable position on your back in Shavasana, and I'm going to join you there today. Taking up as much room as you want to on your mat. You can let your feet fall open, letting your toes fall to the side. You can maybe tuck in your shoulders a little bit to open up your heart. Always mindful to not overextend your neck. Maybe even imagine that you've got grapefruit underneath your chin, just to give some more better alignment to your chin, or your neck, excuse me. So can you take these first few breaths to arrive here, knowing that this is your 45 minutes that you've carved out for yourself. Let any of those to-do lists or things that may be on your mind, can you acknowledge them and then let them go? Knowing that you are safely held here by the ground, on the earth underneath you. by this community that we have created. And your mat is welcoming you back home. Whether this is your first time that you've rolled out your mat, maybe this week, this month, this year, or ever, welcome home. Bringing your attention to your breath. Can you imagine that breath entering through your nose, traveling down your throat? And as you imagine it traveling, can you soften? So maybe unclenching your brow, maybe turning your lips up in a smile, letting your jaw soften. And just as you're following your attention to the breath, maybe your shoulders begin to soften even more. Maybe you notice your heart on the way by, and maybe imagine a little flame there. And maybe as the breath gets focused to that region, to your heart, can that flame grow a little brighter? Let's take an inhale breath together. Open your mouth, sigh, let it all go. Can you soften even more? So over these next few breaths, allowing yourself to let go, surrender here. Maybe observe any area that may be calling for attention this morning, and guiding your breath there. Thought we'd talk about summer memories this morning. So as things are starting to open up, maybe there's a summer memory that you can imagine from maybe your childhood, or maybe something that you want, a memory that you want to create. So just in your mind's eye, can you think about that memory? Maybe that fills your heart up and that flame becomes just a little bit brighter. So we're going to go slow and steady today. No rush in the world. Let's feel every posture that we're doing. Isn't that why we come to our yoga mats, to rest and restore? Maybe create some summer memories that maybe we can remember fondly at a different time. And it's not about forcing your body through the most difficult pose, and I promise we're not doing difficult poses today. Slow and easy class that I promised a friend. So slow and steady, honor your body, see where you are today. So let's slowly wake up our body, inviting small circles to our wrists and our ankles. Taking right ear to right shoulder. And back to center. Left ear, left shoulder. more time. Right ear, right shoulder. Feeling that nice stretch on the left side of your neck. Back to center. And one more time. Left ear, left shoulder. Maybe setting any breath if you're feeling any tightness in your neck there. It's always my right side of the neck that gets me. And back to center, stretching your arms out like you're just waking up from a nap, curling yourself into a little ball, maybe curling up and giving yourself a wee hug. Soon we'll be able to hug again. If that's your thing. And if it's not, that's okay too. Letting your head and shoulders come down. Can you take your feet to the ceiling? Still soft bend to your knees. Can you find your expression of happy baby? Maybe that's grabbing onto your pant legs or maybe your ankles. Or maybe you have it in your practice to reach for your toes. Wherever you can, grasp, but letting your head and shoulders come back to be soft on your mat. Big, generous bend to your knees as we're just warming up. Maybe you rock your baby from side to side, giving your lower back and your sacrum a little massage. Or maybe you want to bend your left knee and extend right leg, ensuring still a bend to your right knee. And then if you're doing that, you want to bend now to your right knee and extending that left leg. Maybe observing the differences in your legs. Once again, sending breath into any area that may be calling for it. So if you're rocking your baby, bringing your feet back in, stillness here. And just taking your feet up to the ceiling, hands could be by your sacrum. And just maybe pump your feet. It's just a small length of the wall here. Warming up our feet to support us. And when you feel ready, bringing knees back in, taking left arm, allowing yourself to come over onto your side in fetal position just for a moment as we push ourselves up to tabletop. So finding that great foundation in your tabletop, making sure that your shoulders are stacked on top of your elbows, on top of wrists, fingers are splayed out wide, like little suction cups are on your fingertips, grasping onto the mat. Toes can be tucked or toes can be flat on the mat. And let's turn our elbows towards the front of the mat. So let's do this again. Letting your arms soften and then just changing nothing in any of your body, but just rotating so the inside of your arms, your elbows, are facing forward. Dropping your belly, lengthening your tail long behind you. Let's travel through some cat-cow, just gently lifting your gaze without overextending. And exhaling, belly button to spine. Your cat posture. Giving your body any authentic movement that it's craving here. You know your body, honor it. Travel through two more at your own breath. Cow, lengthening long behind you. Maybe imagine every vertebrae opening. Maybe visualizing the breath going there. One more, making movement with your breath. And we can change our breath to our Ujjayi breath. In through your nose and out through your nose. Just with that slight constriction in the back of your throat. Back to a neutral spine, knowing that a cleansing breath is available to you at any time. If something's come up, open your mouth, sighing, let it all go. Let's do that together. Inhale. Exhale, open your mouth. Beautiful. One more movement here before we move on. In our neutral tabletop, can you take your gaze, just your gaze, over your right shoulder. Maybe you can see your right hip, changing nothing in your body. Just getting a little bit more movement to our upper spine, back to center. Now looking over your left shoulder. And back to center. You got it. Let's do that again. Right shoulder, looking over, changing nothing in your body. And are you still breathing? Back to center. One more time. Left side now. And back to center. If your toes aren't tucked, can you tuck them, please? We're just going to do one more little exercise before we go over to downward facing dog. I'll just fire up our bellies a little bit. So we're going to keep our position here, but on the inhale, we're going to lift up our knees just to hover for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful, guys. Take it down. Maybe you go back into a little child's pose to stretch out your back. Just engaging our core a little bit, warming up now. Let's do that again. Toes are tucked. We're going to inhale, lift up our knees to hover for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This time pushing all the way back up to your downward facing dog. So what feels good here this morning? Maybe you want to pedal out your feet. Maybe wagging your tail. So your feet should be shoulder distance apart. Knees are still bent here. And we're encouraging our heels to the ground. Still with a micro bend to our knees. And awareness that we're encouraging our heels to the ground, but they may never get there, and that's okay. Can we inhale, coming back up on our tippy toes, bending generously into our knees. Can you lengthen your tail high, high, high before settling back into your heels, pouring your heart forward through the opening of your arms. Your biceps are lining up with your ears. Nice job, guys. Feel that length. Long spines here. Bending your knees, travel to the top of your mat. You can tippy toe. You can take a big step, or maybe it's in your practice to jump there. Can we inhale to lengthen? Exhale, folding in. Heel toeing our feet about shoulder distance apart. Big generous bend to our knees again. Can we clasp opposite elbows, hanging here into our ragdoll posture. Maybe nodding your head yes, or shaking your head no. Allowing anything that may be still hanging on your neck just to drop off. Letting it come into your mat. Anything that no longer serves you, maybe just imagine that dripping off. If you want to have some movement here, you can take your elbows and draw some circles. Slow and steady, slower than you want to, and changing nothing in your body again. 3 one way, and then 3 the other. Have we lost our breath? That's feeling complete. Letting our hands come down. Heel toeing your feet back in. Can you inhale to lengthen, flat back, folding in. Before rising up, all the way up, sweeping up to stand. Bringing your hands to your heart center. Just taking this one moment in our Tadasana pose to, once again, feel grounded here. We start to flow. Inhaling, sweeping up. One more time, bringing that all into your heart. One more, inhaling. Before bowing over your soft knees. Inhale to lengthen, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step back for our first chaturanga. So high or low plank, honor your body. If your shoulders are stacked on top of your wrists, coming down to my knees for my first one, lowering all the way down to the mat, Chaturanga Dandasana. Taking your hands wider than the mat, your fingers are tented, they're aligned with your forehead. Can you breathe your chest and forehead off the mat just to this little baby cobra? And coming back down. You got it. Do it again. Breathing up. And down. One more. Breath with movement. Letting it go. Taking our hands back to under our shoulders, tucking your toe, meeting in downward facing dog. Always an option to go through your tabletop on the way there. 3 breaths here. Always an option to let a cleansing breath go here. Always seems to feel right after that first sun salutation. We're going to travel through that 2 more times. I'll cue 1 more, and then we can travel through 1 on our own. Bending your knees, traveling to the top of your mat. Can you lengthen? Inhale. Exhale, folding in. Rising up, all the way up. And bowing over your soft knees. Inhale to lengthen. Step back. High or low plank. All the way down. Heart leading the way. Shining up to your cobra. Upward dog if that's in your practice. Being gentle with yourself as we're just warming up. Downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Feeling that body start to warm up here now. Maybe the movements are bringing a nice memory back to you. Muscle memory of your body. One more time at your own breath. Inhale to lengthen. Holding in. Rising up. And bow. Lengthen. Chaturanga. Shining your heart forward. Downward facing dog. Nice job, guys. You breathe your right leg up behind you. Bending your knees, stacking your hips. Opening up that leg. You can invite some movement here, making circles with your knee. 3 one way, and then 3 the other way. Not allowing yourself to fall into your arms. When that's complete, going back to your 3-legged dog, looking forward, curling your knee into chest or as close as it can be, stepping or helping your right foot to the top of the mat. Let's take our left knee down here. If you have any issues with your knee, you can pad the yoga mat up to double up. So our hands are walked up to our hip here. You can maybe even inch your left knee back if that feels okay. Feeling that nice stretch in the front leg. Can you breathe into your right knee? Still able to see the toes of your right foot. Hips are facing forward. Letting your hands come down to the mat, kicking your right heel forward like you're pressing on the gas. Toes are coming towards your face. You're doing a front kick. So half splits here. I'm going to, no, let's not even go into full splits because we're still a little cold here. If that's in your practice, maybe you can do that later at the end of class. Can we inhale to lengthen, exhaling, pouring our heart forward. Breathing breath into the back of that right leg now. Nice job. Dragging that right heel back. Popping our left foot, our left knee off the mat. Can you open up into your warrior two posture? So heel to arch alignment. That back foot is lined up at the short edge of mat. Arms are free like wings, your shoulders are softened, so it's that polarity of the strength in your legs, they're scissoring together to keep your balance. But we're soft through our shoulders and our gaze is over our right middle finger. Tail is tucked. Beautiful warriors. Flipping that right palm, reaching up and back, exalt your warrior. Again, nothing changes in your legs. Your left leg hand can come long down your left leg, or maybe you can take it behind the back into a half bind here. Exalt a warrior. Yin and yang, strong and soft and vulnerable. And you're safe to do that here. Letting our hands come back into warrior two as we straighten out our right knee without locking it out. Can we reach to the front of your mat before you have no more room to go, before hinging at your hips into your triangle posture. So not compromising your breath if you have a block handy, or you just reach for your pant leg. If it's in your practice, you can go down to the floor, but again, only if that's in your practice and not compromising your breath. Can you sweep your left hand up here? Heart pours open to that left side of the room. And maybe close your eyes even for a moment, if that feels okay. Nice job. Unwinding, letting left palm come down, stacking under your shoulder. You're pivoting onto your tippy toes of your left foot. Can you open up to the right side now in a lunge twist? Nice job. Letting right hand come down, taking right foot to meet left. And you can stay in down dog, or if you want to, you can rinse it out with a vinyasa. Before we go on to second side. Taking 3 breaths here. Just going to change my direction so you can see me on second side. Take a sip of water. And you know where we're going now. Can you breathe your left leg up long behind you, three-legged dog? Bending that left knee, stacking the hips. If you did circles on the one side, please do this on the second side so you feel balanced. So not sinking into your arm or your wrists. 3 circles one way, and then 3 the other. Slower than you want to. Back to your three-legged dog before curling in and helping or stepping your left foot to the top of the mat. Letting that right knee come down. Always awareness to double up your mat to support your knee if there's any issues there. Letting your hands travel up your leg of your left knee. Can you bend generously into that left knee? Feel that stretch in the nice front of your right leg. You can still see your toes of your left foot here. Letting hands come down. So invite that left heel like it's on the clutch pedal of a fancy sports car. Still micro bend to that left knee. Toes are facing your face. Can you inhale to lengthen and exhale, softening over that left knee. Maybe observing any differences that you may feel on this side. And always awareness, never judgment. Just making note of that because my hammies are saying hello. Being gentle with your body wherever you are. Dragging that left heel back, popping your right knee up so you're on your high tippy toes. Can you open up your right foot, bring yourself up into your warrior 2 posture, second side. So that heel to arch alignment, tail is tucked, arms are like wings, our shoulders are softening away from our ears, and gaze is over your left middle finger here. Flipping our left palm this time, reach it up and back to exalt your warrior. So once again, the right hand can be long down your leg, or you can tuck it into your back, into this half bind, changing nothing in your legs. Opening up that left side body here. Nice job, guys. Coming back through warrior 2 as you straighten out your left knee without locking it out, reaching to the back of the mat now. Sorry, you're still at the front. Sorry if I messed you up. Coming into your triangle posture here. And again, what's accessible to you without losing your breath? Maybe it's grabbing your pant leg, maybe you have a block handy, or maybe you have the space to reach down onto your tippy toes, tip each of your fingers, and pouring your heart open here. And again, maybe if you want to close your eyes, if that feels okay. Feeling that expansiveness of your chest here. Nice job. Letting hands come down as you come up and on your tippy toes of your right foot. Right hand is underneath right shoulder. Can you twist open in this lunge twist? Nice job. Letting your left hand come down, left foot meets right, and rinsing it out with our final vinyasa, or you can travel to your child's pose, because that is where we're going to meet. Nice job. So maybe taking a sip of water as you enter into your child's pose. So your knees can be wide, letting your heart pour forward, or maybe your knees are close together and you want to bring your arms back. I'll just show that option. If that's not comfortable, I'm just gonna be able to do it on one side. Guys, I have neck issues and I just find that that's too much on my neck, so please honor your body. Just trying to show you alternates to your child's pose. So can you settle here for 8 more breaths? Maybe revisiting that memory that we spoke about at class, at the beginning of class. Sending breath into your back of your heart, the back of your ribs. And sometimes this is the hardest posture. So you can use your breath to just settle here. And if something comes up and you want to let a cleansing breath go, go for it. When you're ready, we're going to find ourselves onto our backs. So laying on your back here, feet are on the floor. Can you take right foot and hook it over your left knee, figure 4 posture. So you can stay here, or maybe come up on your tippy toes, or maybe it's in your practice to needle and thread, reaching through the opening of your legs. Feet are flexed. Can you bring your left knee to your nose? And please only come here to this expression if it's not compromising your breath and you're not shrugging up your shoulders, and making sure that you're not overextending your neck. You just imagine that grapefruit under your chin again. Sending breath into any area that may be calling. Letting go of the thread, the needle, letting your left foot come down, crossing right knee over left, like you're in your short shorts. Can you let your knees fall over to the left side of the mat without letting your right shoulder come down, making sure that shoulder's still anchored. Your gaze can be over your right shoulder here. Your eyes can be softened. If you want to just maybe get deeper into this stretch, you can even invite your left hand to gently pull down on your right knee. And just check, see if you're holding onto anything here. Can you soften even more? breath, bringing your knees back up, uncrossing your legs, bringing yourself up just to reset your spine into a little hug before letting your feet come back down, taking left foot over the right knee now in this figure 4 second step. So you can stay here, you can come on your tippy toes, or if you want to thread the needle, taking your right knee gently towards your nose, feet are flexed on both feet, chin is humble. Letting right foot come down, crossing left foot, knee, over right, letting your knees fall over to the right, anchoring through that left shoulder, making sure it's not lifting. If it's lifting, come out of the twist. Your gaze can be over your left shoulder now, or eyes can be closed. And you let go here. Using your breath to untwist, bringing your knees back to center. Taking these one more time into chest. Maybe give yourself one last little hug, or maybe rocking side to side, massaging out that spine one more time. Before finding your way to your Shavasana, maybe giving yourself any movement that your body may be craving that I didn't offer this morning. Getting any last little fidget out so you feel complete. So you can find yourself in your Shavasana. Always an option to go into reclined bound angle, hand to heart, hand to belly, if that is what you're craving this morning. Wherever you land, tucking your shoulders under, letting yourself enjoy these last few moments of class. Because really, isn't that why we all come to classes for Shavasana? Knowing that the sound of my voice will bring you back when the time is right. Enjoy. sun bring you energy by day. May the moon softly restore you by night. May the rain wash away your worries. May the breeze blow new strength into your being. May you walk gently through the world and know its beauty all the days of your life. Slowly bringing your awareness back into your body. Making the light come into your eyes. Offering any movement that will gently bring you back to this moment, to this space. Maybe stretching long, like you're waking up from a long nap, before finding yourself over to one side or the other, whichever side calls for you. Maybe resting in fetal position with your arm being your pillow for just a moment or two. Before finding your way to a seated posture, hands can be at your heart center, Anjali Mudra. Chin is humble once again. We can bow our heads. Taking this moment to observe your body, your mind, and your heart. Honoring any changes that you may be observing and thanking yourself for taking this time on your mat this morning. Feeling that connection of your thumbs to your sternum. Maybe observing your heart here as it's beating. Maybe that flame that we lit at the beginning of class is shining even brighter. I'm thankful for all of you for joining me this morning. Thankful for the memories that we have created and will continue to create in our community here. Know that the love and the light in my heart bows to the light and the light. Love and light in your hearts. Namaste. Thank you, everybody. It's really great to be back on my mat with you. I've missed you. And I hope you have a great day. And I will be back in 2 weeks. I am on vacation next week. So hopefully you're getting some time to make some memories this summer or revisit old memories when you unroll your mat. Namaste.